guys up? Yeah, actually, I was kind of awake for the last. I've been awake.
What is up, Vlognace? Just a little update. We're currently here at the senior center, and basically what we're just trying to do is spend some time to help clean these people's apartments, but then also just spend time talking to them, having a relationship with them. So if you can see right now, we just have this absolutely gorgeous view just all over, just all the foliage and everything. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. You can see that this is the apartment that we're currently working in right here, and I don't know, it's just amazing. The person we're talking to right now speaks some Spanish, some English. She actually studied in New York. She went to university there, and I don't know, it's just so cool to see all this stuff. We don't have any of the guys here right now. Gideon and Kian are in different apartments right now, and Riley is off. He's kind of sick, but anybody's off doing a different thing. So just me right now, but just want to make sure I check in and you know, get some content for Vlognace.
Welcome back, Vlognace. It's your boy, Kian Littles. I just came off an amazing time helping out a 90-year-old woman. Awesome. She looked great for her conditions. We had to mop up our floors, bathrooms. That's all we had to do. But it was awesome, like being able to talk to her and you know, relating to her. I got to pray for her actually, so that was awesome.
We helped out two different people. One of them was an older gentleman named Jose. For him, we just kind of cleaned the top of his fan. It's kind of, it was actually really gross. So I did that, but it was like fine. And then we just did some of his windows as well. And then we helped out Robert. He's a disabled veteran. One of his legs is like heavily stabilized. And so he and his next door neighbor are like super good friends, so he was hanging out with her. And they like brought us snacks and stuff. It was really funny. But we swept and mopped his floor. We cleaned like some mirrors in his bedroom and some windows. Yeah, we basically did like a little bit of everything. But it was really cool. He was very nice. He spoke pretty good English as well. So that was really cool to talk with him just a little bit and be able to like serve him. It's pretty cool.
So did it meet your expectations? Because like, I know for me personally, what I saw was not what I expected at all. So would you say that, you know, you came into it well prepared, or were you surprised?
I was a little nervous. I didn't really know what to expect. Obviously cleaning isn't very difficult. It was more of the relational piece that was more difficult. I was happy that we were able to connect with at least Robert, because we connected with Robert more than Jose for sure. So it was just, I wasn't exactly sure how to connect with them without like, because I wanted to ask about the family, but I didn't want that to bring up like bad memories, because obviously they're old, so their family might be like all dead or whatever. So it was I was kind of wrestling with like what we could talk about.
Yeah, that's awesome. So any like expectations that you had that were broken, or?
100%. I was expecting it to be a lot like the old people homes in America, like, well, not in the United States, where like you walk in and they like have like their like mess hall and like their like evening activity area, and then they're like just their bedrooms with a bathroom attached and like their helpers. So the fact that it was like full-on apartments and they were living by themselves was like shocking to me actually. It was
Gracias.
Yeah, see, but it was incredible to like see like and hear from her too. Can I tell you guys a story that she told me? So this is the one that she was trying to tell us that I wasn't really translating, so I was trying to understand what she was saying. But basically, her son. So she's had a really hard life. So her husband would constantly bring in like 5 or 6 girls per night and like just openly cheating on her. So she left him at a young age, and she took her 2 kids. She had a daughter and a son. And she has a niece that considers her a mom. So she basically raised 3 kids by herself. And at the age of 42, her daughter fell down the stairs and hurt her back, couldn't work anymore, and then had a heart attack and died. And left 3 sons. But she's like, I can still see my daughter living through them because one of them's gonna be a pastor now. Another one works in the church, and then another one works at a college. And then her son now lives in the States. And she studied in New York, so she knows a little bit of English. And so her son studied in the States and studied in psychology and now works for the Board of Education in the US. And she said that he's really good to her and he visits her a lot. But she said one night, she doesn't let him come in the night anymore because one night as he was coming, a man stopped him and tried to kill him and chopped off all of his fingers. And by the providence, he said the providence of God like saved him, and a police officer showed up and like saved him from this, like he was on drugs and was like psychotic, and he said like he wanted to kill him because he liked seeing the dead bodies like flinch. And so he was saved, and they were able to take him to the hospital and save his life and sew back on all of his fingers. It took 16 hours, but she was like the providence of God. And she was like, I'm so alone, but like I love my life because of God, and like God has been so great to me. God has been so incredible. So it was just incredible to see her faith, even though she's been through so much.
Yeah, so you brought up a good point that she also spoke a bit of English. Do you guys think that there's a bit of a language barrier? Did they speak any English at all?
So with Robert, he spoke a lot of English. He was very, we were able to talk. But with Jose, you could tell that he knew a few phrases, a lot of the simpler parts of the language. But some of the more specific like topics or words he didn't really know. So it was a bit harder to talk with him because like, so there definitely was kind of a language barrier there, which was unfortunate. But
yeah, and just for reference, he was in a separate group, Kian was in a separate group, and then Macy and I in the same group. So that's the different groups there. So
she kept telling Maverick, "You're very tall and young. You're buff. You're handsome. You have a young face."
she said that a handful of times. Yeah.
She also kept telling Greg that he was very handsome and that his wife needed to watch out because he was going to get a different lady.
Yep.
I said that too?
Yeah. She
What's
did.
going on? You're not allowed around old women. No more.
that is wild.
She goes, "You're very handsome. You look like my son, but with the hair." She just gets on the phone.
What did he say? Stop hanging out with old women.
All right. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah.
What's up, Vlog Nation? It was another great day today. We woke up pretty bright and early from a long night last night. We woke up with some breakfast burritos. They were awesome.
There's a fire song for that.
Yes, there was.
I do say so.
Credit to Maverick Burgess.
Yes,
Just
there was a
saying.
fire song.
Just saying.
We after that we had to do a senior center, and it was pretty cool.
Hello vlog. My name is Maeve Annabelle Bowden. And
okay.
my day was pretty good. I'm really tired right now. But basically this is my second time introducing myself because I came over and I was like, hey vlog, I was like, are you vlogging? And they were like, yeah, we're gonna do like we're doing our daily recap. And I was like, oh, the camera's obviously on. So I grab it, turn it to myself, I'm like, hey vlog, it's Maeve.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it was not even on.
Not
so this
another
is my
one.
second attempt. You're welcome. I hope you guys had a blessed day. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
that's great. That's great.
Bye guys.
Yeah.
Alright, well anyway, we went to a senior center with a bunch of old people that needed help, and I went into 2 people's rooms. One was an old man named Simone. We cleaned up his windows and we prayed over him. And then another one, I forget her name, but she was 91 years old. She was in great shape, and we cleaned up her bathroom and mopped her floors for her, and also prayed over her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
It felt very touching.
Yeah. Me and my group were also at the senior center. It was a lot of fun. We met this one woman, so we were only with her for the duration of the morning. Her name was Iris. She was 88, and she used a walker. She couldn't really do much for herself, so recently she had a caretaker woman who was around to clean her apartment and help her out with different things. Recently left, so for the last couple weeks there's been trash piling up and it just has been getting pretty dirty, so helped her out with that, and also made a really good connection with her, and it brought her a lot of joy, and it also, it brought us a lot of joy too. Just to bless her with that,
or I'll come tell you goodnight.
because she expressed a lot how much it meant to her that we were there, and shared a lot of stories. She spoke a little bit of English too, so that was that was really fun. In Poco. But yeah, she was just a woman of faith, and she's experienced a lot of loss in her life. And recently, her neighbor, who was like one of her good friends, died, and she used to come over all the time and hang out, and she expressed how lonely she was. And I don't know, it was a good reminder, like, what we're doing, like, we're not like here to change the world. We're like we're just here to like brighten someone's day, maybe, even if that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it meant a lot to me to like meet her, and yeah, it was a lot of love. So
Yeah, because I was also in his group, so I got to experience that as well. And just when she said that she was feeling lonely with all the stuff that he'd said, that's like killer. That really sucks. But spending that time with her was very impactful. I'm glad we were able to do that. Definitely.
And then we got home, and we had some chicken pesto. No.
Alfredo.
Thank you.
Yep.
Chicken pesto.
Well, I don't even know what pesto is.
Alfredo.
Chicken
Pesto is
Alfredo.
really good is what it is.
Sure.
Not the
It was
big
right over there on those tables, right? And the little fire things were there. But we couldn't eat it yet. And I was like, shoot, dude, that sounds so good. I was super hungry. But we're having an English class, right?
Yeah.
And that was like so fun.
And we were all together.
Yeah, we were all together. It was like crazy. So we started out by singing a really cool little song. And I actually really enjoyed it, and it kind of stuck with me.
Can you sing a little part of it, or just the general tune of it?
It was like, I forget what it is because I'm tired.
My name
but
is
it was
pronounced.
Oh no, it wasn't that song.
Oh, I thought it was.
No.
That song was terrible. Never mind. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it was when
Never
Jesus
mind.
says yes, there's nobody that can say no. And that was really cool. And there are like verses that went along with it, but like I didn't learn them. I didn't really read them either, but the chorus is pretty cool. Anyways, so we're doing these English lessons, right? And we're just kind of sitting at the table waiting for people to arrive. And these two ladies walk in, right? One of them's a bit older, one of them's a bit younger. They come sit at our table, introduce themselves, and it turns out that the older one is the mother of the younger one. So a little family bond going on there. It's pretty cool. The younger one studied in like a university, and she knew a lot of English, which was really cool. And so she could help us understand her mother when it was kind of difficult. But her mother was such a character. She laughed super hard and made jokes and was like super funny. And I laughed pretty hard.
Kind of like that guy.
I appreciate that. So I just had an absolute blast with her. It was really cool because she was a Christian too, and we were able to talk about that just a little bit, and kind of her experience. And it was really cool to help her learn our language, because we've been trying to kind of learn their language. It was kind of cool to like flip that on its head. And we sang these really goofy songs that were like super funny. I don't know what was going on. Like we were spelling Bobby and Annie.
That's
and,
what I was referring to.
Yeah.
I thought that's what he was talking about, but he was talking about the actual.
And then
like,
we started doing tongue twisters. And my favorite one was a flea and a fly. Oh wait, I forgot. Flew. Oh yeah. Think it. A flea and a fly flew into the flu.
Flew into the flu.
No.
Flew by the flu.
Flew up the flu. Yeah. That's right. That was
the flu. Flew in the fly.
It ran off the tongue super well. The hardest one was a big black bug bit a big black bear, and I just said that really well somehow. I was tripping over that a lot. Was the hippo one?
When reading it, honestly, when seeing it on paper, it's harder to say.
Oh, maybe that's it. Yeah. I was like struggling with that, and that made it even funnier because the older woman, I forget her name, and I feel bad because I'm terrible with names. She was like, she stood up and held the paper, and she was like, "Teacher, if the gringos can't say it, how are we supposed to say it?" And that was so funny. I started cracking up, and like she was such a vibe, and I was so super cool. So yeah. And then the chicken Alfredo was really good too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Here, come sit.
We've had that one.
Come sit.
Oh my goodness.
Back to our
We're back here.
This is all getting cut.
people today.
No, it's not.
It's not.
We are the highlight of your vlog, Maverick.
This guy is. Don't get it twisted.
Twisted.
I kind of moved away.
Is there anything you want to say though?
Vlogging State 5. Kian dry scooped my electrolytes and he had a little struggle. He had to mop it up. All good now. You want to elaborate on that, Kian?
Bro's too brain dead to elaborate.
He had a hard day. He was feeling like he, needed
I was
to.
feeling like I had to seize the moment, you know what I mean?
We're gonna refocus actually on small groups. We're gonna refocus on small groups and how those went. Just general feel, how they went. Were they good, bad?
Everybody was a little too tired to function tonight. I think every other person at the table was sitting there, and at one point I look over and some of the kids were sitting there going. And I don't think but like we were having like good conversations. It was just really hard because everyone's just so tired.
Yeah, and I think that everyone's also just like reaching a little on their social battery, and we're all just kind of out of it.
I mean, it was good though.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, definitely wasn't the most like impactful day, but as like a final work day, it was nice to have that to wrap things up, I think. But
Yeah. In our group, so on Tuesday everybody kind of opened up. I was like telling everybody about what was bothering them at the moment, and that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. And then today and last night, we kind of focused on one or two people. Yesterday was one, today was two, and kind of prayed over them on a very individual basis. Like each one of us went in a row. And then before that, we had like a conversation and like encouraging and relating and just trying to work through kind of those feelings and those thoughts. And I thought that was really cool. And we still have a few to do, but I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get them done. And that we'll still continue the same depth that we've been exploring. So I had a great small group today, so it was pretty cool.
that's great to hear. That pretty much recaps the entire day, so if that's all we have to say for now, then
Wait, one more thing.
one more thing. Let's see it.
To him who's able to do more than we could ask, immeasurably more than all we could ask or imagine.
There we go.
That's it.
I like it.
Way more.
Team out.